Today, thousands and thousands of Africans and many countries in Africa have conflicts. Notably, from Libya, Cameroon, Nigeria, Biafra, and Boko Haram, to Democratic Republic of Congo, of where we have seen a resurgence of the past military and conflicts coming back in that country. Hundreds and hundreds of people have been displaced, killed, maimed, tortured, raped, several of them dying of hunger, starvation, and other natural causes. The fighting seems not to be ending. For the sake of Libya, the Libyan recognized international government is under siege in Tripoli from another faction recognized by Egypt, France, UAE, and other countries. Whereas the one in Tripoli is recognized by the UN, it has been bombarded, has been strangulated, and many millions of Libyans are dying of hunger, lack of water. The water system has been cut off. The bombardment goes on. In Democratic Republic of Congo, we've seen more of active rebel activities returning to the region after some silence has been observed. When we come to Cameroon, we see millions and millions of Amazonians slaughtered. Yet, when you come to Biafra, again millions and hundreds of millions and millions are worried, displaced, tortured by the Buhari regime. Yet again in the north, we see Boko Haram killing, maiming, abducting, and burning down villages in the same Nigeria. When you cross over to Central African Republic, the same is the history that has littered Africa. While all these events are taking shape, Africa is silent. Africa is...
Afternoon, viewers, thank you very much for watching Punchline African 2022. Today is the second day of 2022.
We want an Africa, as you said, Sunday, where there is equality,
the first Sunday
gender,
in the year
of opportunity,
2022. The first Sunday
of a good, healthy
where
life.
We pray and ask God to give us guidance as we work out through our programs this year. Thank you, O Lord, for giving us this strength. I start on a somber mood. Today, I lost a very dear brother in London, in St. Guy's and Thomas Hospital in central London, who died of organ failure at the age of 62. He's younger than me. James, may your soul rest in peace. I have nothing much to say more than that. conditions are very difficult for me to be able at the moment, but I'll try to be where possible. We shall help. I'll help the family. And we shall pray for the family, for God to give them guidance and for giving us guidance on this hour. I woke up in the wrong side of the place that God had decided. Then today again in a somber mood in this nation of Kenya, in Nairobi, we lost a great son of Africa, Sir Charles Njonjo, the first Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya after independence, a man who made his life, who stayed, who was a lover of a beer that I know. And he loved, one thing I liked him is traveling with him on Kenya Airways when he's in the business class. You'd enjoy the facilities of that beer which is not served in bottles. And that was Pilsner. The Pilsner beer was his brand. And I was also a Pilsner drinker. I've drunk a Pilsner Wesonga since 1982. I've been drinking that Pilsner. I was a very good drinker. And I left drinking alcohol. May the soul of Sir Charles Njonjo rest in peace. I have liked the method that the current Africa, we shall have a topic on the social Africa. What is changing in Africa in terms of barriers? The customary barriers are not being taken seriously. People have changed to methods. Sir Charles Njonjo died at 5 a.m. and he was buried at 8 a.m. That is a record to me. May his soul and may their souls rest in peace. I will give you further details of my brother's arrangements. He did not die of COVID. He died of a different disease, organ failures, the failure of organs through the liver. So arrangements will be made for him to be, he had decided to be taken back to Uganda for the burial. So the arrangements are now on Zoom, on virtual arrangements. We shall do that. I thank you all. I thank the family, all of you. James, rest in peace. And the Charles, rest in peace. Back in Kenya, welcome back, Miriam Ogutu, our senior anchor, senior news editor. Call her everything this year. Welcome back, Miriam, to the Happy New Year. And welcome back for more work, for more activity. This is the year we have been talking about, 2022. 2023 is now here. Let's not be told 2023. I can see so many things happening in 2022 in Kenya. But there's one thing that I've always emphasized, Miriam, and I continue to say when I'm relaxed a bit and I sit like this, that until you finish and you listen as Kenyans and listen to advice given to by us experts on the question of a redemption strategy, don't waste your time for an election. Let me greet Wesonga. Happy New Year to you. Then I can come back to Miriam to greet her and hand over the baton for her to take over. Happy New Year to you,
Yes,
Wesonga.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Masanga David, and good afternoon to you and Miriam Mokutu and our viewers. Happy New Year 2022. And of course, like you say, this is a year where we have a lot of activities here in Kenya and also globally. Thank you so much. And mine also is to wish you a very happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Miriam Ogutu. Thank you very much for coming back. I hand over the baton to you to give us the latest news headlines in Kenya. And remember, Africans and other countries all over the world, viewers who are watching us, our topic today is, as Miriam will tell us, and introduce us to the topic. What do we want? What do we need in Africa in 2022 way forward? Is it unity or disintegration? If we unite, can't we unite politically? Political unity is better than economic unity. If we unite politically, divisions will not wreck us, coups will not come. What has happened to Africa in the last 66 years? What are the challenges? That's what we want to look at, the topic. Wherever you are in Africa, pick up a phone and talk to us. Our number is +254 795 638. It is here, 145. We shall put you through the studio and you will talk. What else? Don't insult us. We shall put you here and you insult us, we challenge you. Pick up a phone and talk to us. Nairobi, +254 795 638 145. Nairobi hotline is waiting. Whether Ruto, whether who, call us, Mr. Ruto. This is now the year you were talking about. We want to put you to roast you, to tell us what you want to tell Kenyans about wheelbarrow. This year it is going to be hot. Miriam, back to you. Phone is open.
Very well. Doc, thank you so much for that introduction. And first, let me just take this opportunity to wish our viewers a very happy New Year. And I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season. A happy New Year to you, to Wasong, and indeed a happy New Year to you, to Doc, and everybody else who's watching us this afternoon. So I will take us through quickly what we have on the headlines today and on the Sunday Nation. The main headline: secret deals talk jolts OKA. And Ruto scrambles to seal UDA cracks as Girishi's dramatic exit has triggered efforts in Deputy President's camp to fight claims of bias in party primaries, assuring aspirants of a fair process, especially in perceived strongholds. You'll find that story on page 3 of the Sunday Nation. And then, of course, up there we do have the opinions by Professor Kivutha Kibwana. We also do have by Professor Makau Mutua, Sani Bindra, Shofa Okore, among others, and also John Kamau. And the Sunday Standard, the main headline: 2022, the year of big battles. The new year brings forth fresh challenges. Kenyans will have to dig deeper into their energy reserves to fight a series of battles that will define their political, economic, and health fortunes. The stories on page 6 and 7 of the Sunday Standard. And Atoli, man to watch in this year's election. You'll find that on page 21 and 22, a bloody year, bizarre crimes of 2021, and also just down there, opinions by Edward Buri, Bishop David Okide, Koki Muli, Clay Muganda, among others. So that is what we have on the 2 leading newspapers in the country this afternoon. And of course, our topic of discussion, Doc has said there, remind us, it is what does Africa need to do to move forward in 2022, unity or disintegration. So that will be our topic of discussions once we're done with the Kenyan topics. Doc, back to you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. I have picked my, is it Oka or not Oka? I have been telling you, and I've been warning my brother Mudavadi, he's gonna remain alone. One of the things that amuses me in the Luya community, And I will speak as a Luya elder. Because at the age of 66, going to 67, Miriam, I have seen so many granaries. I have eaten very many granaries, Mr. Wesonga. There is nothing you can challenge me of. My granaries are well counted. You can count them from famine. When I was born, the Arabs were passing with ivory called Amasanga. And I was nicknamed Masanga. Because of, if you today I've told you Wesonga my meaning, because if I ask him, being a Luya, he doesn't know. I was born at the time when the slave trade, when people trade internally, people were picking Amasanga through Congo. The Congo route passes through my place up to Chebukube and Chebutais. You have heard of the song Chebukube, Soko ya Magendo. It's very clear. That's the route the Arabs were using. So when I was born, I was told Amasanga. I was nicknamed Amasanga. Masanga means tusks. Amasanga. So I don't kill the elephant. When I find the elephant, it doesn't come near me. It runs. I also run away. It runs away. So here we are. Oka. I predicted its collapse. It will collapse. But one of the problems that Ruto still has is whom, if Ruto chooses Mudavadi won't choose or want to sit down for a post rather than a president or a deputy president. But Ruto needs the vote of the Mount Kenya. So he's caught between a trouser and the trouser. He's stuck. If he brings in Mudavadi on board, does Mudavadi have votes? I'm telling you, even the Shamba boy and the house girl of Mudavadi might not vote for him. That's how bad I know. I don't want to disclose so many things here, because in the future we might need him. But if you see the entire cabinet running away from you, and you are all the MPs from your county, Vihiga, one of the things that makes me very happy, and the medium, that's why I talk with confidence. I win my constituency when I'm 10,000 miles away from in London. I win every day, every year. Every 5 years since Museveni came to power, there is nobody who has passed in my constituency without my blessing. I'm a kingmaker like Mr. Atwoli. You can't win a vote there without me. So, but Mudavadi can lose the MCA of Vihiga. That ward he can lose. I'm telling you. If the deputy himself of Mudavadi could not vote for him when they were running mates, it means the man has got a problem. So, you know where the problem is with my Luya people is money. They want money so much. The only person who does not want money in Luya, I don't know about Wesonga, but in Luya, me, I don't want money. I would have put money first when I came here to defend ICC 6 men. I would have said I want to sign a contract. Maybe Ruto will not be underrating me today. Because if he doesn't know how much I suffered and I lost, to stand for them. They don't. There are few who know. President Uhuru Kenyatta knows. I was there for them. Ruto does not know up to today, and I'm telling the truth. But there is more coming. From 15th of February, this Ruto, you better sit down. Karim Khan, they are removing him. You are not helping him. Until Matanga comes in to speak, to stop it, they are taking him down, man. And you are busy here insulting Uhuru Kenyatta hapa. Mambo huko inaanza kuwa mbaya. It needs an international boy like me. The NGOs are on Karim Khan to leave. They want him out before the case starts. I have washed my hands and kept quiet on it because I don't want to be told, why did I start? I'm keeping quiet. But from 8th of 15th of February, the drama, the dance is changing. Because all what Ruto did is going to be displayed in public. Isn't it? The evidence we are going to hear, the people will hear. So you tell me which voters you are talking to. These voters of Mount Kenya, they them here. All the cries of Kiamba Church, they see where they will vote for you. Watu waambiane ukweli, this 2022 bwana. Mliambia sisi mungojee 2022, sasa ndio hii. If we don't tell you the truth, you think you are going to be the president, you are wasting your time. Your mambo imeharibika huko. Sit down. Karim Khan wanamtoa, they are taking him down, man. As soon as the offices, you don't know how many applications people have made. And I'm not going, please, for me, anybody in Kenya, don't talk to me about it. Leave me alone. Don't tell me. You will see the papers. Even now, the British government that supported him to go to the place, it has washed the hands of. Because they have said the same case cannot take place in the same court. One way or the other, the chief prosecutor will know. Isn't it? How it will go. So they're asking him to step aside. So, Mr. Ruto, you have several battles. But ili ya kuenda around here insulting people, concentrate. Your battle ya huko imeanza. Iko kubwa sana. I don't know who told Mr. Gicheru or which ghost came in Mr. Gicheru to pick up his briefcase that he was surrendering himself. But his conscience wanted to clear his name. He wanted to clear his name, but he has found himself in a roadblock because he has not asked experts. He has asked grave diggers. One of the things that kills these countries in Africa is a grave digger would like to become an architect. A man who never studied business administration like a Wesonga and a business degree masters wants to become a very serious accountant, to count books, to falsify documents. That's what kills Africa. If you don't even know where the ICC is, you call yourself a lawyer sitting on TV, and you say, I can advise. I know. You don't even know whom to talk to in international scene. Whom can you talk to now? Talk. Tell me, whom are you going to talk to? The George Soros group has said Karim has to leave. They will not fund the ICC because they are eager to prosecute the case. They have been eager to make somebody in Kenya to go in jail for a long time. So media, the Oka team, I am happy with Kalonzo. Kalonzo is listening to the ground. Mr. Bura, you are saying the dance to answer. Miriam, some comments are very interesting. He's saying the dance it answers to that. It is bumping. Baby, touch me. Baby, oh no, I'm in somber mood, but this is very interesting. It is bad news, Miriam. This country needs unity. This country needs to heal. This country needs unity, reparation, restitution, truth-telling, accountability. Wachana hiyo mambo yenyu. Kwenda. Wachana. If you don't do accountability, truth-telling, reconciliation, restitution, reparation, which is a theory, a strategy of healing, which is unity of purpose, which is in Swahili, Wesonga, azimio la umoja. Isn't it so? If you don't do that, care off. If I were the president of this country, I would be very honored. And I'm now let me speak in 2022. What will you do? So here, I will postpone these elections. Yay! Yay! Miriam, I have reasons as to why. A bad election in Kenya is a war at the end. We are going to destroy your property. Your people have not healed at all. If you see what Ruto was speaking in Cap, down in Mumias complex, and then if you see what was being spoken in Buhungu, 30 kilometers away from a distance between each other. What about if you see what the MPs did? You are on recess, media. You are on break. I suffered here when I saw MPs exchanging real blows on the floor. And then you tell me this country is going for election. Well, I am what? Why are you wasting your money instead of building another road? Who told you that elections are the only determinant area that democracy can be equated to? You can equate democracy to stability, isn't it? If you have a stable country, can't you eat? If you are eating very well, do you need elections? If you are eating very well, medium in your house, then there is salt in the shop, do you need elections? You tell me any of you who eats elections. Do you eat elections in your house? Does China need elections? Are Chinese not eating? Are Chinese not giving us loans? These African countries are copying things from nowhere, and then they bring here that elections. What elections? Which elections? You tell me one African country which has not killed somebody because of elections. Show me one. Show me. Show me, kama uko nayo. If there is no African country that has killed because of elections, if I'm telling a lie, God, hallelujah. There are many countries, the whole of Africa. Riek Machar, Salva Kiir, what was the problem? Constitution, elections. Bashir and others, what made him to be overthrown? Elections. Dubai, Emirates, they don't hold elections. Have you seen them dying of hunger? How many of our, if you look at the number of MPs, if you go and an earthquake happens in Dubai, do you know how many MPs we shall lose from Kenya and Africa? Medium. All of them are in Dubai. From Nigeria, from where they are all in Dubai, Kenya, Zimbabwe, they are in Dubai. But does Dubai hold elections? Have you ever heard of Dubai holding elections? Are you not going to go there for Qatar? Are you not going there for football? Miriam told me I should buy her a ticket to go to Qatar because we competed here over something which she defeated me. It's the elections in Qatar. Then you Africans have come here. Mnaniambiana ya ushenzi, election. Every African country, election. Every African, election. You are destroying a property. You are destroying people's lives. You are killing people. What type of elections are you holding? Can Mudavadi hold elections? Mudavadi is only looking for money to give to the wife. You can't get money from Mudavadi without asking the wife. Yeah, that's why people are running away. It's now open secret. That's why I'm telling you that even a house girl of Mudavadi might not vote for him. He might vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. Because they can't vote for another fifth in Sungoi who is claiming around here. Why is it everybody who is going to court to be a witness is dying immediately? People are dying. The state must investigate this death. Watu wanakufa mzee. Mr. President, people are dying. Every witness is dying, man. Who is killing these witnesses? My friend Wamukoya died, Professor Wamukoya. He was a witness in a corruption scandal. Why are you killing us? Why are you killing people? Who is going to speak for people? Why are you keeping quiet? The entire Africa, people are killing people. Buhari is killing. Paul Biya is killing. DRC Congo death. Here in, look at Somalia. People are dying. People are dying. Kenya, are you, that you call your 2022 election? Which election? Which one? This one of Chebukati. You call it Ruto election. As long as Chebukati is the chairman of the returning chairman, and let Kenyans hear me, what will you do? What? I will go home. I will go home. You think I like a house? I will go home. I will go home, go. And in fact, I will be very happy. But I'm telling you, I'm a Gentile speaking to the Jews. Paul's letter to Philippians. But listen to me, brothers. There's no election. This is Chebukati, Ruto elections. As long as Chebukati is the chairman of the Electoral Commission, this election is fraud. It will cause bloodshed. You have not you are printing documents. I'm sorry, Medium, let me take more time. Maybe I'm making some points. You are printing documents in Greece. Who brought the Greek investor? Who? Ruto, with Dr. Muge. They went and collected a Greek investor that introduced him to Chebukati. Now, nyenye watu munaniambia mimi muko na election. Wala. Muko na election wapi? This guy is going to print extra papers. Sita kupitia uko Tukana kwa Nanok. Atajaza mabox. Sisi kwisha. Mimi, I have nothing to hide here. At my age, I'm older than Ruto. What is he going to do? Will he catch up with my age? He can only look at me, maybe send people to hit squads to kill me, which I'm aware of. Yes. I've also told my people not to look anywhere else. Because the man is so obsessed. He wants an election. He wants to rule this country by hook or crook, through mafiadom. Why are witnesses dying? And nobody in Kenya, no people. These guys were going to give evidence next week. This week, after today is Sunday, the British Sunday is today. They are gone. 2 of them the same night. What type of life is this? Why are Kenyans living under fear? They can't speak of one name, one man. He's going to crack one of the big people one of these days. Then you can start talking. This guy is too ambitious. All of us know. All the people. Let me give you another example. In Kirinyaga County, 2 people have been abducted. A woman by name Jenny Mugo was abducted. As soon as she was released, Jenny Mugo declared the candidature for Kirinyaga women rep. I don't know what they go through there. If they are kidnapped, I am not part of a mafia place. Mr. Itumbi, my student, younger boy, this guy claims to have been abducted. His blood goes from one left eye to the right eye. This one is with plaster. When you see him with another man, there is no plaster here. He's on this side. He's out of the hospital. Wesonga will examine that. But Miriam, look at he also comes out, instead of telling us the story, he now gives us a date to go to church, the Anglican church. He comes from the family of bishops, Gitari. He's going to tell us the truth. Why doesn't he say he wants to stand in Gichuju as a constituency? Then we take it from there. He's a senior hustler intelligence officer. He has created a parallel intelligence network. I have never seen a country which allows a parallel intelligence network. Let me speak like a Museveni now, like a Ugandan. You see, this is the problem that we have in Africa. You have some people going to create their own intelligence system, and they operate when the senior intelligence network is watching. You go on social media and tell people that you have an intelligence hustle, an intelligence network, and then you are telling lies about the government. Surely, a song, William, what is Susanna? If I don't speak, I'm not a Kenyan. I'm Paul, a Gentile, speaking to the Jews. In the letter to Philippians, what song have you written? Have you read the letter of Philippians? What did Paul say? I might not be there, but you are the people going to face the music, and you are allowing these things to happen. A man comes and says he's heading an intelligence network. He's even telling us that he's going to release intelligence. Surely a state cannot operate. Surely, what is this? What? Where are we heading? You tell me it's an election. Which election? Chebukati, Dr. Muge brought the father-in-law to do ballot papers. the shame of this guy. What is going on? Who brought the Greek businessman? Who introduced the businessman to Chebukati and to the free commissioners? Is Greece a country where you can print your ballot papers? Shut up! Go and tell a monkey on the tree, but not a brain like a Matanga. Who checked that company? Who does due diligence on companies? Who recommended the company? Parliament should quickly come down on who should manage these elections. But because of the timetable in Kenya, if I were the leader with the combat, with the COVID-19, where people are not even announcing fast, and listen to me, Miriam, listen carefully, musikilize mimi leo. Nobody is telling people to wear masks before they come to those rallies. No leader is addressing the question of masks and social distance. You are talking of an election. You will be electing, I don't know, God forbid. The disease is there, it's being spread, it's a super spread. Ruto is a super spread. There is no day. He is on the march every day. He's a super spreader of COVID-19. Nobody is checking this. You are going to have a problem. 2 weeks to come, 3 weeks, you'll see everybody. Hospitals are beginning to fill up. Did you know that, Miriam? The rate of infection is hitting to hit 40. Very soon, after this good food that you ate in Christmas, nyenye mulienda mlikula na hii New Year. Nyenye mimi, I sat on this desk. Hallelujah. Watu waligonga mlikula, and you are mixing up. You are going in water. Where? It is going to come after 2 weeks. Now, this week and the other one, you will see. The percentage is going up. There's no day we are reading good news. And the Ruto continues to do rallies. The other side of Raila continues to do rallies. Nobody is saying, hello, let's stop. Joseph Manasseh, I am condemning all sides. Actually, Ruto is part of the problem of this Great Lakes region. If you didn't know, your Sudan is broken down because of Ruto. You know how much money he got from that general who is fighting in Equatorial? Shut up, you. Get off. You don't know Manasseh. Manasseh, you are my younger man. You know how much money he got from the general who is in Equatorial, who is disturbing the peace in South Sudan. And then you think we should not talk about him. Is he not destroying your country? Where? If you don't know things, just inbox me. I will tell you everything. I don't speak without facts. Who is the general disturbing the South Sudan peace talks? Who is disturbing peace in Central Equatoria? Who is the leader of National Salvation Front? Who? Who is the leader? Whom does he work with in Kenya? Where has he invested his money? Hey, don't come. Let's talk. Miriam, therefore for me, that's my submission. Elections in Kenya, yes, you want them. I have never seen in the book of Plato where they told you that you should be holding elections every 5 years. The entire Africa is talking of election, 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 election. What Africa? What do you need in Africa? Do you know what elections are? Over to you, Miriam. Let me have my coffee. This year, 2022, macho for macho, an eye for an eye. Unanipiga na kupiga. Unasema Ruto, inasema. Yes. Unasema Ruto, inasema Raila Amolo Odinga. Macho kwa macho, soil by soil, inch by inch. Wacha tupambane na Ruto. There's no more other time. We don't have time. If you have time, sorry, it's up to you. I don't have time. This is the time to expose Ruto from everything, even the bedroom. And this year, we are going to do it. Whether he has touched your girlfriend, tell us. Because we know he's very good at that. Some of us are quietly crying. Tuna pesa. We don't, yes. We don't have the money to compete with the guy, man. So the only thing, Miriam, we have done is to abandon. Once the girl is touched, you also run away from the girl because you don't know what she brings. Inch by inch. Have you seen where Songa? You know where I'm going. It's going to be real. There's no other year. Miriam, you are waiting for what? This is the time we say 2022 tuambie Ruto ya ukweli. Kama kuna watu yake waingie hapa, wakuje kwa TV, tuambiane. Bring them here. Mjamaa naiba pesa tena anakuja kuambia nyenye, you are Kenyans, you are very stupid Kenyans. Have some handout. Someone has stolen your money. Someone has corruptly taken your tender. Someone has got a kickback. You allow him to come back and give you the money. Are you foolish? Are you foolish, Kenyans? You want to elect him as a president to steal more money, and he has told you he stole some money. Now that this time I'm giving you smaller money, but when I come back, I go in power, I will bring millions. A thief. You want to elect him? He told us in Mumias. And I now want my production team to be sharp. Stephen, you hear me? Every comment that Ruto makes must be played here. I back it. When I say it, you back it. Tell you have enough facilities. There's no more joke here anymore. Thank you. Back to you, Miriam.
All right, thank you so much for that, Daniel Wasonga. And if you have anything to add into the headlines and some of the stories and the developments, especially in the Kenyan political scene that we've seen in the recent past, before we move on to our main topic.
Yes, thank you so much, Miriam. And of course, Dr. Matsanga has exhausted that particular realm. So I wouldn't want to much of maybe dilute whatever Doc has talked about. But one thing that is actually clear is One Kenya Alliance may not stand the test of times. And as it is right now, we already have cracks happening in One Kenya Alliance, and it's more perhaps anticipated that maybe Gideon Moi, Kalonzo Musyoka are going to pull different sides with Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi. Mark, when you talk about the divisions in One Kenya Alliance, you realize that we have one group that was actually slated to attend that Malala Super Cup, which was happening parallel with the Buhungu 2 meeting in Kakamega. And the chief guests were Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, before out of nowhere the deputy president showed up. So that tells you that we have some quiet simmers that are happening beneath the surface, but very soon it will come out clear. You saw the other day even when we had the coalition and political parties amendment bill in parliament, ANC through Musalia Mudavadi had said that they are going to shoot down that amendment bill. But like Dr. Matsanga David has said, we had these MPs actually going against the wish of Musalia Mudavadi, and some even from Fort Kenya also going against the wish of their party leader, Moses Wetangula. So I believe One Kenya Alliance principles, especially those from Western Kenya, should actually listen to what the ground is saying. And if they do not align appropriately, then they run the risk of getting maybe into the political oblivion. And that is Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. Because right now you've seen Eugene Wamalwa, Afula Mnyinyi, and Dr. Eseli Simiyu have come up with the Democratic Action Party, the DAP, which is actually sweeping over Western Kenya, and especially the county of Bungoma, where Wetangula comes from, and also parts of Western Kenya, wider Western Kenya. We have it in Busia, Kakamega, Trans Nzoia, and of course, the other counties of the western part of the country. So to me, I think it is high time the One Kenya Alliance aligned appropriately. But as Dr. Matsanga says, we cannot give these countries to auctioneers, people who are going to steal the public land, people who are going to loot our public coffers, people who are going to incite our young people against one another, people who are going to actually give us a bad image in the international community. That one we are not going to do. And he has talked also about the ongoing Hague cases. And that is something that actually comes from the previous electoral experience. And therefore, they should be very wise in making their moves as One Kenya Alliance. Let them not side with the people, the profiteers who have stolen from this country. I submit, Miriam.
Very well, thank you so much. Samuel Tawish.
Thank you so much, Miriam Mogutu, and thank you, Dr. David Masanga from the Political Command Center, as well as my brother Daniel Sean Wesonga. Indeed, it's a very good Sunday, and I like the discussion we're having this afternoon, more so on what, of course, Dr. Masanga and Daniel Sean Wesonga have already submitted as regards to the 2022 succession politics, and it's very, very clear. And I think Sean Wesonga has put it into perspective that looking onto the developments, especially as we are concluding the year, it is now very, very clear and certain that, of course, Cleophas Malala, the senator for Kakamega, has all along been but vouching for Musalia Mudavadi to work with Deputy President William Ruto. It's no longer a secret. That is now in the open. Of course, we saw that particular event that was happening in Mumias Complex, of course, stadium. And this was very, very, it was a very clear indication that indeed all along Cleophas Malala has been but advocating for Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula to work with Deputy President William Ruto, only hiding behind this quest for the Luhya unity, quote unquote. But be that as it may, I think what happened in Buhungu Stadium on that very day, of course, during the Azimio la Umoja Western chapter, was something that was very eminent, and you could clearly see the leadership not only drawn from the western part of Kenya, but largely from the entire country. And it's like leaders now are getting to realize that this is the way forward in trying to, of course, trying to bring that revolution in terms of economic revolution, and making sure that we have a change that the Kenyan people have all along desired, and making sure that the people of Kenya can body that unity of purpose-ship. And I think this is what we need, especially during this 2022, and even as the succession politics really takes center stage. So I really agree that for this country to move forward, the Kenyan people now have really a choice to make, a choice between the leaders who have the commitment, the zeal, and the will to take this country forward by ensuring that they unite all the people of Kenya, and those people who have been of course, hiding behind their tribal groupings to advance their own careers and political ambitions. And it's very, very clear now which side of the political divide. And I'm very happy, even during the Buhungu 2 meeting, you could hear leaders speak and say, it is now very apparent that we have two horses, one led by Deputy President William Ruto under the UDA, that is United Democratic Alliance, and the other that is being led by, of course, former Prime Minister and ODM leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, the Azimio la Umoja. So now Kenyans really have a choice to make. Do they want to make or break this country? It is now in their hands really to make that choice once the opportunity presents itself on the ballot. And this is the moment we want to see politicians really who are gunning for positions coming out to explain to Kenyans what is it that they have done with the positions that the Kenyan people really gave them. This is a time that we want to go back and look into the track record of these particular leaders. When they got the opportunity to serve in whatever capacity, what is it that they delivered for the people of Kenya? And moving forward, what is it that they are promising? What kind of pledges are they making for the people of Kenya? So I really want to submit and hope that this year is going to be a defining one for the people of Kenya, and they are going to make the right choice, especially when that time of going to the ballot comes. I submit, Miriam.
All right, very well. So before we just move on to back to Dr. Matsanga, we know that this year, as Dr. there has mentioned earlier, we expected to go to our elections. And so perhaps key dates that Kenyans should look out for, even as IEBC readies itself to conduct this year's election. IEBC will gazette names and symbols of independent candidates on May 9th. A nomination for presidential, Senate, and National Assembly votes begins on May 30th. Nomination for ward representatives starts on June 2nd, while for governors will be on June 7th. Parties will submit the IEBC list of candidates on June 25th, and the training of election officials and security agents will be on August 1st. And of course, the polling station personnel, material, and electronic kits will be deployed on August 8th, with the centers opening at 6 a.m. To, of course, 5 p.m. So that is just an outline of what we will be expecting this year as we near the elections that are scheduled to take place, I think, on 9th of August this year. So back to you, Doc, before you move on to the topic on Africa.
Miriam, let me ask one question. Where is the money for all these things? Where is the money? Because we seem to be lost. And let me sit comfortably here. Wesonga, you can see how comfortable I am. Where is the money? The IEBC is still looking for money. Miriam, it is still begging the government for money. The government is saying the IEBC has inflated the bill. Therefore, there is no money.
But the government has already provided for an additional 8.7 billion Kenya shillings for another registration.
Not enough, which is not enough, Miriam.
For registration, for the second of registration, which means that perhaps they'll get the rest of the money they're looking for the elections.
Why should registration be now again? Are you people not seeing that this is William Ruto and a Chebukati election, not Raila's elections? When William Ruto said he had not got enough numbers of the younger men who have been running around looking, following his car, he told Chebukati to go back. You remember? You remember when William Ruto cried? And I made a noise here that people went to court and said, why should they go back? Have you ever seen of Kenyan election in 7 months, people are registering? Where did you see it? Ulisikia wapi? Ulisikia wapi? Where? Why are they going back? Because they are going back now. They didn't have the numbers. These guys have been telling people they have the numbers. But when they sat down and the Chebukati counted and calculated through the numbers, and I told the boss, mafia boss, across in annex building, said, sir, our numbers are not rhyming. He said, extend. If Raila had asked for extension, they would not give. Mina wambia, nyenye muangalie, you people watch the lips, I'm telling you. Since I raised this thing of that Greek man coming to do the, nobody has even come to dispute my facts. The MPs, instead of looking at the electoral law, they are busy exchanging blows in parliament. This thing is going to be murky. This thing is not an election. This is a preparation for war. As I leave this question, I want to ask one question, Miriam. Raila and Ruto, who who will concede? I leave it to you. Raila and Ruto, who will concede? Anybody on the panel can answer me. Who of the two will concede? I am a Gentile asking the Jews. I'm not saying Miriam is a Jew, but I'm saying I am like a Paul asking the Gentile, the Jews, telling them that you are persecuting me. Oh, you wanted to persecute me, but I'm telling you that there will come a time when people will come. There is a spirit that is stronger than the will of everybody, anybody on earth. You will ask me these questions. Between Raila and Mr. William Samoei Sungoiman, who will say, I have admitted I've gone home? Who? Do you see any of them saying I've gone home without a fight? So why don't you first ask them to unite? Ask the supporters to unite. Ask the supporters to forgive each other. Ask the supporters to heal. Forgiveness, reconciliation, restitution. You tell me how a Kikuyu who had a home in the Rift Valley is sleeping in the Gorogocho slums with his 6 children, and somebody is cooking food in his house in Bantu Forest. Allah, tell me how that works, that you have reconciled them. This is cosmetic. Now they have called a rally on 8th in Eldoret. You listen to what is going to be talked there. We have Mr. What is his name? The MP for Kapseret insulting President Uhuru Kenyatta every day. What has Uhuru Kenyatta done to be insulted every day? Is that election? Miriam, let's first of all think about unity, coming back. Come back, reconcile, shake hands. Then you can go and your supporters will be okay. Do the BBI first. It was just postponed. It's a dream that was postponed. I agree with Raila and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta that it was a dream that was postponed. People in Kenya need to unite first. Don't try that ballot. Because where will, my friend, let's be honest. You go to Kondeli and you say Baba lost. Let's unite people. Go to Eldoret and start saying Ruto has got a big head. It is black. It is this way. It is like this. It has contours. Will you even eat your food? But Trump is even told that his mouth is big, but people still eat food, isn't it? Tuambiane tuko hapa Kenya. Miriam, unaweza, if your car gets spoiled around the Eldoret, then you go there and you are in a restaurant eating, then you say, this route looks very funny. And the waitress hears you. You will see the eyes that they will look at you. Are those people reconciled? For me, I don't think first Kenyans should have thought of reconciliation. A peaceful election is the most important. Look at the way the man has organized for the Political Parties Act to be rejected. Why is he worried? Why is he worried? Why is he worried? Bring that topic tomorrow, Miriam. We talk about it. Why is he worried? He's worried. He doesn't want to streamline the politics. He wants the politics of Machiavelli and the politics of Fanon Fancy, where people are poor. You have stolen money from them. Then you come and tell them, I'll give you handouts and a wheelbarrow. In the 21st century, boys who were promised computers have been given wheelbarrows to use in the classrooms. That's the politics Ruto is interested in. Don't cry for me. Cry for Jerusalem. The mothers of Jerusalem, cry for your children. Thank you.
Very well. So we get to our other topic on Africa and what does Africa need to move forward in 2022? Do we need to be more united or more disintegrated? So I think this is a conversation that we've been looking at over the years, and it will be interesting to hear what you have to say today on what really Africa needs this year. Perhaps we can do as a continent differently to help us move forward as a people. And maybe I'll start with Samuel Tawish on this one. Tawish is not there. Daniel Wesonga.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, Miriam. Thank you so much, Miriam, for that. And I think this topic about the Africa continent and what it needs moving forward, I think this is a moment for the African Renaissance, a time when we need really to reflect what we need to do as a people of this continent so that we can make, of course, our voice being heard and felt, not only in the African continent, but I think in the global scene. And the biggest impediment to the African progress and discourse has been a lack of unity. And I think when Dr. Masanga really asked, is it about unity or disintegration? I think this is a moment that Africa needs more unity than any other time. Because again, with the unity, we'll be able to achieve greater goals. We'll be able to pursue our agenda as the people of the African continent. We'll also be able really to present our views to the, of course, to the global scene as a united front as compared to what we are today. Because again, the kind of disintegration, the kind of selfishness of individual countries and leaders in the continent of Africa has been a major undoing to the progress of this continent. So I really agree that what we need is, of course, that unity. We need to see Somalia and Kenya come together and restore and renew the diplomatic ties. We need to see, for example, Rwanda and Uganda come back. The leadership, of course, sit down and discuss things that are of mutual interest between the two nations. We want to see Eritrea on the other side, stop, of course, the kind of sabotage that we are seeing in Ethiopia today and the fight that has been there. We want to see all of these nations, including what is happening in Cameroon, what is happening, for example, in Nigeria, a Democratic Republic of Congo, and for us to be able to realize all this, for us to bring peace and stability back to the continent of Africa, for our people to take pride in their continent. The one thing that we must pursue really, which is very, very key, is a unity. Without unity, there's nothing else we'll be able really to realize or achieve as a people. It does not matter the kind of economic agendas we have. It does not matter the kind of political leadership that will be changing over time through these elections that we continually have. It doesn't matter whatever kind of manifestos or anything that the politicians come with. The most important thing that we must pursue from an individual countries to the greater continent of Africa, first and foremost, is unity. When we achieve that, we'll be able to achieve every other thing that Africa has set itself to achieve moving forward. And even the vision 2063 will be realized. We cannot talk of any other thing if it is not for the vision that the likes of Kwame Nkrumah stood for, the likes of Nyerere stood for, the likes of Jomo Kenyatta stood for, and what, of course, other leaders in the region really stood for. So we must pursue that unity, the dream that our founding fathers really had for the continent of Africa. I submit, Miriam.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, Daniel Wesonga, when you talk about the unity of Africa, what should that look like?
Thank you so much, Miriam Mogutu. When we talk about unity of Africa, First, look at opening up of the borders between African countries. We cannot be having African countries, let's say like Kenya, producing coffee and Ethiopia, and yet we cannot be able to sell some of our coffee even to Egypt or even Ghana or even South Africa because of strict bilateral trade laws that actually inhibit this kind of business. Because when you talk about maybe a great country like America or a great country like England, where Dr. Masanga comes from as a citizen, you know, they are not great simply because maybe they are bigger in geographical size. They're not great because maybe they hold superior people. They are great because they are able to do business with other global economies, and they are able to earn a greater GDP and GNP as a country, and therefore their citizens are able to spend more on goods. They have more money or basket of food on their table. So if Africa does not open up its borders to its neighbors to be able to do intra-African trade, I believe that is what we should be looking at as unity. If they open up these borders, is what we call as unity of purpose in Africa. Another thing is when we are having conflict in Africa, you realize that only a few countries like Kenya, Burundi, Rwanda are able to maybe volunteer and get their men in boots to go and solve these conflicts in various countries that are actually facing tumultuous times. That is what we call unity of purpose. We need to have more African countries to come and join hands and be able to support one another. Another thing is solidarity during the pandemic. We realize that countries like Zimbabwe, despite having so little and actually being bedeviled by sanctions, they were actually also able to share the few vaccines they got to their neighbors. That is what we call unity of purpose. And I believe Africa can do more than that and do better than Zimbabwe is doing. And when they come up together, that is what I see as what it should look like. Also, another thing, Miriam, we saw the other day Zimbabwe exporting the teachers to go and teach in Rwanda. That is what we need as Africa. That is what unity of Africa should look like. So in essence, Miriam, I look at this unity of Africa in terms of breaking the intercultural, breaking the commerce and business trade borders, and breaking also even the political borders that we have. Because right now you realize that even as we speak, Somalia and Kenya has not been in good books because of the maritime border dispute. We are having countries like Djibouti also not being in good books with its neighbor like Ethiopia. We are having so many Western African countries which are not in good books. So if you are able to break those borders that were imposed by the colonialists, if we are able to allow business to move quite efficiently between Uganda and Rwanda, if you are able to silence the guns which the AU was unable to achieve even by the year 2020, if you are able to silence that and unite and see a peaceful Africa, that is what unity of purpose for Africa should mean. Unity of purpose for Africa should mean that every African in any African country enjoys life and benefits, and they live a life which is very sufficient in terms of getting good education, getting good healthcare, getting food, and also being able to live in a very, very peaceful environment. And that can only be achieved if the most peaceful country is so good enough to go out and ensure that its unpeaceful neighbor gets some peace. It can only be achieved if countries which are producing a certain commodity can be able to export it to its neighbors and be able to cover up for the deficiency that we have. It can only happen, Miriam, if countries are able to lift one another during these hard times of the pandemic. And also, just to aid these other African countries that have been facing coup d'etats and tumultuous time to have some peace and tranquility. Because if we do not have peace amongst the African neighbors, then peace will not be in Africa. And that is what the international community has been reporting about us. So we have to end that, and that is what I'll look at in terms of unity of purpose, Miriam.
Okay, thank you so much, Doc. What does Africa need this year in order to move forward? You're muted. Doc?
Yes, Here we are.
Yes.
Before I come in,
Yes, go ahead. Take
and
us home.
I'm going to be candid. I know all the 54 countries or 55 countries in Africa by head. What do they need? Why are we subjecting ourselves to foreign dogmas? A foreign dogma, which we don't know the head and the tail. Let me start with Nigeria. Nigeria, with the biggest population of 200 million and 20 people, 220 million people, is a broken state, a state with corruption. Ghana, a state with democracy, singing democracy and stability. The rest of West African ECOWAS states are fragile states with ISIS, Boko Haram, terrorism, coups. Nothing is coming out. ECOWAS remains on paper. ECOWAS does not work. Let's go to North Africa. The Maghreb, the entire Morocco, Algeria, Sahrawi region is in turmoil. Morocco does not want to give out the state of Sahrawi. Algeria fights against Morocco. We are stuck there. Even on a last occupation of states, Morocco is still, after leaving, the French leaving Morocco, it has stuck on Sahrawi and dominated them, subjected them to inhuman treatment. No unity. The main North Africa, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Mali, Mauritania, Egypt, they are gone. Kalas, finished. General Assisi has united with the French, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. They have created, exported, imported terrorism into Libya and the region. Rebels are being trained in Egypt to come and kill people in Chad. That is a gone state. You can't be united. 2022, that is a reality. It is happening. Come back to the Horn of Africa. The stability that we fought in Ethiopia was a growing economy with a GDP that could feed Africa. It's broken up to pieces between Tigray and Ethiopia. I want to take the opportunity to thank President Uhuru Kenyatta for having worked so hard on the question of Ethiopia to lessen the temperature. Mr. President, thank you very much. But the conflict still remains. People are not united. Eritrea, Somalia, Egypt, Sudan, all have put standby disposal for each side. And we have Turkey that has come in to destroy the Horn of Africa. It is on the flames. Let's go back to Southern Africa. Zimbabwe, a country that was a hope of Africa, dismembered, disunited through sanctions. But Mnangagwa has tried. The strides that Zimbabwe has made so far without any money coming from outside are huge, very good, very encouraging for Africa. The only peaceful state, region of Africa which was peaceful is SADC. But in Sadaka, you see in Mozambique, the French did not want Sadaka to be peaceful. Miriam, they came in, they created a war in Cape Delgado. How much money, time did we waste? A lot. Across in Rwanda, in my in-laws, where my in-laws are, they have a lot of oil, but there is a lot of insecurity, a lot of discontent in every citizen of Angola. Is that unity? In Swaziland, in Lesotho, in Botswana, there is temperature rising between the former president, the current president. Is that unity? In Zimbabwe, Chamisa is picking money from George Soros in preparation for 2023 elections to destroy the country. Is that unity? Malawi, a country that came out with a new, well-spoken, good English-speaking man, with a voice that he could be a newsreader than a president. Is there peace? Yes. But soon, you saw recently, people marching from one of the cities, wanting to come and take over Lilongwe. Tanzania, the only hope in East Africa that we had after the demise of my friend Magufuli, a great Pan-African, may his soul rest in peace, is in the hands of Mama Suluhu. But you see already Tony Blair and the groups from West are already there, picking contracts, claiming to be advising the government of Tanzania. As much as they increase by serious activities of bringing cultures that are changing the continent of Africa and the form of what Africa looks like. Is that unity? Yes, Tanzania has stability. Tanzania changes governments without killing each other. But there's something taking place. Africa quarrels amongst themselves. If you look at the way we Africans quarrel, it's not the way the white people quarrel. Like white people hide in the bedrooms to quarrel. We Africans come out in the light to quarrel. If Wesonga is against me, he would like to know, the whole Nairobi must know. Eh? If Miriam somehow has not liked me, or I don't like Miriam, I would like to write a letter publicly that, do you know, if you talk to me, I will expose you. That's the type of quarrel we have as Africans. Tell me which Muzungu you have found writing a letter to say, I will know what you are going to do. We Africans have got a very bad mentality that even women these days, if you don't give him the money, her the money, she says, you slept with me. And if you don't give me the money, I'm going to expose you. Miriam, did you know that? It's happening. Most of these younger ladies in town, they sit down and target Wesonga with a Range Rover. That's the one we want. That is what is happening in Africa. Yet a Muzungu lady in London would come and say, David, I love you. I like the way you look. Your perfume is very good. Your shirt is very good. I'm telling you the truth. This is what has made Africa never have unity. A Mzungu Miriam will tell you in a nightclub that you look so nice and your t-shirt, your shirt is so colorful. But an African will want to kill you for the shirt. Why did Wesonga wear this type of shirt? Why did Njonjo wear striped suits? That's why Njonjo has shown you the best example that some of us will take. I don't want my body to be wasted on time. People dancing on you. Njonjo died at 5. He was cremated at 8 o'clock. Now you tell me how you are going to sit at Njonjo's house that you are doing a funeral service. No, Miriam, are these not facts? It is from these funeral services that we have a problem of gossip. That people come to laugh at your family instead of helping your family to go through the grief. Africa cannot unite. Let's move on. Kenya and Uganda. We talk about unity. Yes, we are united as human beings, but governments are not united. The banning of Ugandan products, or no, Kenyan products in Uganda, is it uniting the region or disintegrating the region? Ruto tells the Minister of Agriculture, who is his friend in Uganda, to ban Kenya's products because they belong to Uhuru Kenyatta. Ruto tells Mwebazi, who is a business partner, a Minister of Agriculture in Uganda. Do you remember when Ruto went to his farm, his home? Miriam, do you remember? Didn't you see the pictures and the clips? He's now the Minister of Agriculture in Uganda. Why is there a confusion? Yesterday, I was talking to the minister, to somebody inside the government of Uganda who called me to wish me a happy new year. I told him off. Very senior person near Museveni. I said, tell the president, this is not very good. Because Ruto has used bad politics to tell the Minister of Agriculture that the milk of Uhuru Kenyatta of Brookside should not be bought in Kenya, the eggs, the what? Look at the rubbish we have. Look at the rubbish. Can we unite? Those are facts. I'm moving on. Can Africa unite or disintegrate? Let's go to South Sudan, the favorite subject of Miriam. Miriam has cried for South Sudan for these years. I have been one of the few people who is a friend of both Salva Kiir and Riek Machar. Dr. Riek Machar is my great friend. I have no regrets for having been friendly to him. So if you don't like me because I have been his friend, go and hang on a transformer. I don't have anything to apologize for. But what is happening in South Sudan worries me. That we went and did a peace process. We left the peace process hanging. We have not funded this country with money. The peace process is about to collapse. More war, more people are dividing the country. Another country in the middle creates a rebel army, calling itself National Salvation Army, planted it in the central equatorial region of South Sudan. Can we unite? Can Africa unite? What does Africa need in 2022? Unity or disintegration? Let's move on. And I hope, Miriam, you are taking notes. I don't know where you are now. Look at Rwanda. the relationship between Rwanda and Uganda. The border between Rwanda and Uganda has been closed for 2 years. Rwandese cannot fly into Uganda. Ugandans cannot fly into Rwanda. Rwandese fly to Kenya, then fly to Uganda. They show that they leave their passports in Kenya and travel to Uganda on papers, not to show that they were in Uganda. What unity? What unity? Jamani wa Afrika yangu, you tell me, can you be united continent when you cannot have food eaten on both borders? I'm happy that President Uhuru Kenyatta and President Museveni, despite all these difficulties, are good partners. Ruto has tried to bring Mr. Yassin Ayadin, Harun Ayadin, a conman, a terrorist, who goes to Kampala to train terrorists who come to bomb us, and then he calls him an investor. Mr. Ruto, you brought a terrorist to Kampala and showed him that he's an investor. And you see how we have been invested on with bombs, killing our people. We are waiting for you to return there, Mr. Ruto. On security, I am with Museveni. He has sent troops to Somalia. I support him. Yes, Mr. Ruto told us a lie. Mr. Harun Ayadin was an investor. But this is a terrorist. He has been going to our country, in and out. What was he looking for? Let him show us what type of money. Where did that money go? Whom did it end with? Where did the money go? Ugandan authorities must look for that money and find out whether Harun Ayadin is a terrorist who claimed to be an investor, who went to dupe our president into chaos, and then chaos has erupted in our country. 2022, wewe Ruto, we are not joking. We rudi huko tena kuja. Waganda wachezi. Yeah. On the question of security, give Museveni credit. He has money to maintain. On the question of COVID, give him a credit. He has managed to maintain. People would have died, millions. Give him a credit. I am not a friend of his. No. I'm an opponent for 42 years. Since he went to the bush with some of my comrades, like Victor Bwana, and they stole my files and everything. They disappeared from Uganda House. Victor Bwana took my files. I was punished for Victor Bwana stealing files by Obote. Obote punished me. I've been a critic of this regime, but where they do things very well for the purpose of unity, of purpose, I give them a credit. The war in northern Uganda is finished. We united the people, reconciled the people. Masanga's redemption strategy, go in that history if you don't find my name. I'm happy. The people that I brought back are in Uganda. They are not fighting anybody. Hallelujah, thank you very much. Thousands and thousands of the younger men that were in the LRA returned home. Some are serving in Somalia, in Mogadishu. They call me and they say, Uncle, how are you? Yes, 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 yes. I'm proud. Am I not proud? Do I have any problem? Did you solve the war? I solved it. Yes, I did a great job. They wanted peace, I gave peace. So for those who are saying they want to fight, go ahead, not me. Me, I did my part. I did my part when people were insulting me. Some of them betrayed me. But I'm the only one for 42 years who has remained, who has never been bought by money. Even my money was not paid, Miriam, don't forget that. The money that I did for my allowances, that Museveni here, this year, 2022, Mr. President here, Amelia Chambade took the money and ate it. She never gave me. $332,000 was not paid to me. Riaka Macha, you know how much money I was supposed to be paid. But I've never turned against peace. I'm a peaceful man, and I encourage Uganda to be united. The Northern Uganda part, which I worked so hard to bring back home, they gave them 98% votes. Is that not a good man? I have a legacy. Mr. President, can't you be happy with a man of this nature? I'm better off. I have tools of analysis. I could even do your foreign policy very well, better than even some of the these guys who fly around, who don't know what a foreign policy is. I've helped, not because I agree with you. I disagree. I can't follow everything that opposition does. When I was fighting for political parties, Besigye was fighting to become a national commissioner of commissariat of UPDF, which was NRA. Yes, these are the people who served the same, made the same laws. Now today they are coming to say, oh, Matanga. Some breaking news that have come in. This is a very bad day for me. Mrs. Pauline Kalonzo Musyoka has died. This is a very bad news. It's a very bad day. I started having very bad news from morning. I've just seen a news wire that has just come in. I don't know whether this is true, but this is sad for Africa and sad for the people of Kenya. Twice, Kenya has been hit, robbed off many people. So this medium, those are breaking news coming in. Sad news again. 2 days after the new year. Medium, when you look at all this, unity is very far. Kenya, Somalia, we have lived together for centuries, but we can't even agree. When we discover oil, we become enemies. Can Africa unite or disintegrate in 2022? The final area that I want to tell you, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Central Africa. A war has been going on in Central African Republic since Bokassa, Emperor Bokassa went down. There has been a fight throughout. Congo has been on the fight since Patrice Lumumba was killed. There has never been peace in Congo, not under Mobutu, not under Kabila, not under Kabila II, not near Tshisekedi. The country of Congo produces more wars in the continent of Africa than any other country. Africa cannot unite. Look at Amazonia, Cameroon. The people of Amazonia have been demanding independence since 1961 under the resolution 1608. Nobody has ever resolved it. Africa cannot unite. It continues to disintegrate. Another area that worries me is the current Tigray Ethiopian war and the Libyan war. Is it time for us to cut Libya into two parts, Benghazi and the Tripoli? Because the two have been cut off artificially, and now we need to cut them naturally. The people of Benghazi don't see the people of Libya. I want to bring in now this clip of the late President Mkapa of Tanzania, what he said of what a better Africa. Then Miriam can now, after that clip, I make one or two comments and Miriam closes down this show.
We want an Africa, as you said, where there is equality of gender, equality of opportunity, promise of a good, healthy life, promise of an educated society, promise of a leadership that thinks more about service than being served. We want all of that, borders to be removed and so on. Why don't we have it? My answer is very clear. Because you have a selfish leadership. Extremely selfish. We often think of the problem of leadership as being the problem of the leaders alone. Fine. They must be defined, have integrity, have all those we want. But to succeed, they must be able to implant those attributes in the population. Their political parties must be organized in such a way that they reflect those values and embody those aspirations in their political interaction. If they don't, you have trouble. We are multi-ethnic societies. What basic values have we embodied in these societies? Equality? Or is it diversity? How do you convert diversity into strength rather than diversity as a cause for war and internecine fighting? Can it be done? It can be done. It's been done in centuries before, in Europe and elsewhere. Why can't it be done in Africa? But we don't have the will because we are selfish. We are concerned of the here and now in the seat I am in. That's wrong. We have, it's ironical that you have a continent with the best natural resources of any others as of today, but they are being exploited for the sustenance of those who enslaved us and continue exploiting us rather than being exploited for our own emancipation. Why? Because you have a leadership that does not recognize the degree of present-day enslavement, economic enslavement, and the necessity for emancipation. It's ironical. We talk about development, but we don't stop in time to define what development in our kind of situation is. One of the greatest reasons of admiration for this country, for instance, is the fact that you have here a universal system of health and education delivery. Now that is development. Rwanda is more developed than any of these Western countries in this regard, where you have assured health and education delivery. So we really must rethink where we are, why we are, what we can be, and how we can. I agree, women, youth, and all those things. But internally, the fault is in us, dear Brutus, not in our stars. Thank you.
Very much. You have heard for yourselves, viewers. I don't want to make any more suggestions. We have everything in Africa, but we don't utilize it. We still call other people to come and help us. Are we the same people? Or we are different people? What can we do to unite Is it unity? Do we need unity in Africa in 2022? The answer is yes. But can we achieve that unity? When can we achieve that unity? Is that unity able to be God? Can we get it? Back to you, Miriam. I think Africa is on the trend of disintegration, other than uniting. We have left places like Biafra. The Biafrans are crying for freedom. They can never have it. Buhari continues to kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them every day. He even abducts their leader, locks him up. We are here. We say unity of Africa. Can Africa ever have unity? 2022, we either have it or we call Satan to take us where we are supposed to go. Back to you, Miriam. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And of course, I'm sure this is a topic that we shall continue discussing over this year. And that marks the end of our show this afternoon. Thank you so much, Daniel Wesonga. Thank you, Samuel Tawish. And of course, Dr. David Matanga. Be sure to join us tomorrow for an all-new episode. First show tomorrow, Good Morning Africa, for the first year of 2022. And we shall bring you more news from Kenya, as well as from the continent and the world. Thank you so much for watching. We shall see you tomorrow, God willing. Yes, Doc, is there something else you want to say?
Yes, the new show is called Africa at a Glance.
Very well. Then we'll
it is a good name, Africa at a Glance. That's it. New Africa at a Glance. Good morning, Africa at a Glance. So you pick the topics from Africa.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So yes. Then we finish quickly. 45 minutes, 1 hour. We are going home, Miriam. Yeah. Yes. Bring in guests. Thank you very much, Madam. Birthday for me. 3 people gone down whom I know. My brother, this lady. Now the lady has just gone. What's going on? And that the 2022 starts. And by the way, Miriam, it is not verified, it is here. So we either win this election or not. Otherwise, we are perished. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Bye-bye.